Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. I like to watch television. I've watched television my whole life. 5 years old, Voltron, Robotech, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Transformers, getting older, watching more, I would say, teenage-oriented shows, more adult-oriented shows, watch some Star Trek, watching Knight Rider, watching A-Team, go through the 80s and 90s, all the good stuff. I've watched television forever. Back in the day, you didn't know who made these shows. You didn't know anything about it. You just saw a good show, you watched it, and you hoped it kept going. You hoped you had a good time every season. But today, in the world we currently live in, we know everything. It's the age of information. It's the digital age, the internet. Nothing happens without an internet autist digging up every little bit of information possible. At the same time, they announce these things. They announce who's a showrunner, who's a director, who's a writer, and more often than not, that can tell you everything you need to know right away about an upcoming show. Now, we learned a couple years ago that Sony and Amazon were working together to give us a God of War television series. Now, God of War, I have played the original trilogy, and I've played the Norse games, the adventures there. I didn't play a lot of the offside ones that are on PSP, stuff like that, but I've played the majority of the games, and I would say I understand what's going on in God of War pretty well. I would say that I'm a fan of the things that Kratos does. The adventures, the horror, the trauma, everything involved. It's a massive story, and it started in Greece. That's where it started. But we heard about a God of War TV show. And two things early on we were worried about. One, we're starting with the Norse saga, which made no sense whatsoever. But then you got a little bit of information that told you at that time everything you needed to know about who was involved with this show and why it was likely going to suck. One, Rafe Judkins, Judkins, the genius, the butcher behind Wheel of Time on Amazon. That's all you needed to know that God of War was going to suck. That guy is a plague. He is a poison, a cancer to creativity because he's one of those people that decides, hey, I know better than the people who create these awesome things. I'm better than Robert Jordan. I'm better than the people who gave us God of War. So when he came on board and said, I'm going to start at the Norse saga because that's the it thing right now, you knew it was going to suck. But today, I come to you with good news. I started it with the negative stuff to tell you now there is good news. There is hope. There is hope that the God of War TV show may not be the disaster that portended. What do we learn today? We learned today that God of War TV series shakeup. Showrunner Rafe Judkins, executive producers exit as Amazon eyes new creative direction. God of War TV series adaptation on Amazon is starting from scratch. From scratch! Woohoo! Variety has confirmed that the series showrunner and executive producer Rafe Judkins and executive producers Hawk Otsby and Mark Fergus have departed the project. They had reportedly completed multiple scripts for the series, but Amazon and fellow studio Sony Pictures Television decided to go in a different creative direction. Santa Monica Studios creative director Corey Barlog remains on board as an executive producer, as do PlayStation producers Assad Kizilbash and Carter Swan, Santa Monica Studios' Yumi Yang, and Vertigo's Roy Lee. That's it. That's all we know. You know what? That's all I need to know to now feel as though this show has a chance. Rafe Judkins doesn't understand anything. The guy is a hack. He wants to simply insert agenda into everything. If he is gone, and if Sony has said, and Amazon has said, we're starting from scratch, that's a very good possible opportunity that they will actually begin the story where it's supposed to. Kratos' origin. Now, I don't think you have to go all the way back to when he becomes the ghost of Sparta, where he accidentally murders his family. But I think you at least have to go to the beginning of the first God of War game. I think that's the best place to do it and have everything else be flashbacks as you go through the God of War original trilogy all the way to the Norse saga. You could have upwards of 5 stellar seasons of gritty, dark storytelling right now. 5 seasons, one for each game, major game. And they might do that now. Now that Rafe Judkins is no longer attached to this project has a chance. It means, yes, maybe somebody. I mean, now we can poop on Sony a lot these days. They make a lot of questionable decisions. They do a lot of sketchy business stuff. They are not really the friendliest company to the fans, but they need money as much as everybody else does. And right here, I think they see the problem with Rafe Judkins. You can't tell me somebody at Sony didn't look at the ratings for Wheel of Time and say, wait a minute, this show is a disaster, and this is the guy, this is the dude you're putting in charge of one of our flagship franchises that people still love to this day? You're going to put Rafe Judkins in charge? How about no? How about no? How about you kick him out and bring in somebody who gives a damn? Now, we will, of course, now have to wait and see who they bring in to take over. And since they're starting from scratch with scripts and everything, we are now probably good 2 years away from this. So this is a long time before we know if this show is going to work. But right here, right now, this is a chance. The show has a chance. It had no chance with Rafe Judkins starting with the Norse saga. None at all. His record speaks for itself with Wheel of Time. Now, okay, I'm ready, I'm waiting, I don't want to say I'm excited, but I'm looking forward to the chance that God of War TV series will actually be something fun to watch, especially if they understand what they have to do. It's a very simple, Sony, Amazon, if you are somehow watching me on my small little channel here, there's a very simple equation. Adapt the first game in season 1. It's not hard. Adapt the first game. Halo could have been a massive success if they had just adapted the first game. Adapt the first game. That's all you got to do. Put somebody in, put a big badass dude in as Kratos. I know that my boy Christopher Judge, he is a little old now. He's going to be a grandfather, I heard. He's going to be a grandfather. He cannot physically reprise the role of Kratos, even though he was just a voice. Back in the day, when he was Teal'c, he could have been Kratos. When he was Teal'c, would have been awesome. But a little old now, can't do it. But get a man in there and just kick some ass. Get somebody who's evil and manly to be Ares. Get somebody who's sexy to be Athena. Do some good stuff. Have some fun. Give us the game. It's not hard. You will have the biggest cheerleaders in the world if you just give us the game. It'll be great. I promise you. May not be the top tier of television, but it'll probably be fun, and you will have an instant cheering squad and myself and other nerds who have enjoyed these games for decades. It's a very simple equation. I hope you do that. I hope God of War will now have a chance to be a fun show, to be a fun video game adaptation that actually is an adaptation of the lore fans and gamers know and love. It's not hard. Just do it. Give me Kratos kicking ass. That's all I need. Kicking ass, and I guess sometimes slaying a little, woo, it happens. There are many games where Kratos goes into brothels and just decimates all the women. There are. Anyway, all right. Rafe Judkins is done, and you know what? I'm done for now, too. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube. I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about fake fan Stan and SJW Fifis. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.